Hello, I'm Kieran Lynch and welcome to OviCast, the Teagasc Sheep podcast. We're joined by Teagasc Grass10 advisor Niamh Doyle, who gives our monthly update discussing grass management tips for the month ahead. Niamh discusses overwinter growth and the importance of assessing opening covers. We discuss the spreading dates for chemical and organic fertilisers and the need to ensure that conditions are suitable before spreading. We finish up with Niamh encouraging anyone who has soil samples to collect to do so in the coming weeks to address soil fertility this year. Niamh, maybe just a quick recap. We've had reasonable growth over the winter. What are things like out there at the moment, and why is it maybe important to assess your opening covers?
Yeah, look, I suppose, Kieran, there was good overwinter growth, and especially on closed paddocks. So you'll see then that you'll be set up then for a good start and turnout. I suppose important then over the next few weeks to walk your farm and assess your covers of grass for spring turnout. As you walk the farm then, I suppose, compare your covers on the paddocks that were closed early versus the paddocks that were closed late. You probably find that there is heavier covers on the paddocks closed earlier, and this shows the benefits of closing early. This grass will be valuable feed for lactating ewes this spring. Also, by walking the farm, you can identify areas suitable for slurry, farmyard manure or chemical fertiliser application.
Niamh, when you mentioned slurry and fertiliser, obviously the moment conditions are maybe ideal for it, but the spreading dates are starting to open up around the country and hopefully conditions improve. Maybe just know how to recap what the spreading dates are for the different regions.
For spreading slurry, the closing period for organic manures or slurry farmyard manure has passed for farms in Zone A and B. However, Zone C still have to wait until the 1st of February to spread. If we're looking at then their chemical fertiliser, so your Zone A is opening 27th of January, Zone B is opening the 30th of January, and Zone C is opening the 15th of February for spreading chemical fertiliser.
Important to take note of, and particularly the difference between the country. It's going to be slightly different this year as well. In terms of spreading, Niamh, obviously at the moment conditions are wet. It's not ideal. To get the best response for it and the most sustainable use for it, what is the recommendation?
So if we look at the chemical fertiliser, I suppose, look, it is important maybe to have it in the yard now, but you have to take into consideration spreading conditions. So you want a minimum 6-degree soil temperature is needed for growth. Do not spread on wet soils. Also ensure at least 48 hours without heavy rain is forecasted after application. And I suppose then target your chemical fertiliser to your high perennial ryegrass content fields, and a cover of grass greater than 500 kilos should be targeted. Them fields with lower grass covers should be targeted with slurry or farmyard manure. Then on, I suppose, application rate for the first round, you want between 15 to 25 kilos of protected urea, depending on your demand, and also then take into consideration the conditions also.
That application is per hectare, and again, as you indicated there, you target the areas you're going to get the best response from in that early application.
Exactly, so it's them high perennial ryegrass fields, your new reseeds, and that cover of grass greater than 500, you'll get the most response.
In terms of overall fertility, there's still a window there, Niamh, to do some soil sampling this year. It's really an important task to complete in the next week or two before fertiliser starts to go out.
Exactly. Soil sampling is key to improving soil fertility, particularly soil pH, which will improve your grass production on farm. I suppose when you're taking a soil sample, take a sample every 2 to 4 hectares, walk in a W pattern to get a representative sample, but also avoid drinking troughs, ditches and field entry or exits. Ensure full cores are taken to a 10 centimetre depth. And however, if you do not take the samples yourself, contact your local advisor to get these samples arranged to be taken.
It'd be important, Niamh, to get that done early because it would also inform your fertiliser purchases for the year.
Exactly. So this will allow you then to do up a fertiliser plan, target your P and K, your low index P and K fields, and also then there is, the opportunity there to spread lime if needed, but only spread lime based on your recent soil test report. So by doing these soil samples, you'll allow you then to spread lime accordingly to your soil test report.
Niamh, good catching up with this month. Thanks very much for coming on.
Thanks very much, Kieran.
We leave it there for this week's episode. I have included a link in the show notes where you can subscribe to the Grass10 newsletter and get the weekly update from the programme. That's it for me. For updates on our sheep programme, keep an eye on our Twitter page at Teagasc Sheep. I'm Kieran Lynch. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us wherever you get your podcasts.